Give us a tip on how to search for a good coin. So Daily Mo asks, give us a tip on how to search for a good coin. Now, it depends on what you mean when you say search for a good coin, because do you mean search for a good coin for a trade, or do you mean searching for a good coin to invest in? They are totally very different things. But for both questions, I'm going to give you my answer. When you are searching for a good coin to trade, you generally want to see two things. One is, I'm going to recommend all of you to turn on this indicator right here. It is called Spaceman BTC Key Level, right? You can look it up. Spaceman BTC Key Level. I want you to turn that on, and when you look for a trade setup, you always want price to have taken out a key level before you hop into a trade, or before you even consider it for a trade. So this is how I generally look for it. For example, I can see that the previous weekly low for AVAX is at $16.3. So what I would do is I would set an alert at that level. The reason why I bring this up is because under and above every single one of these key levels is known as, well, the reason why they are known as key levels is because the market makers think, or the market maker, like the algorithms that deliver price action generally thinks that these are levels where there is a high amount of liquidity at, which also means that, for example, if you were looking for a long, you would have to wait. Like, the best trades that you can take is to wait for until one of these key levels have been taken out. For example, right here, the previous weekly low has been taken out, and you start looking for a long, and you're generally going to get some kind of a bigger rally, so to speak. If you're looking for longs. If you're looking for shorts, then you want to wait until, for example, over here is the previous daily high. So I wouldn't look for a short until, let's say, the previous daily, in this case, it would be the previous daily mid-range, until this level has been hit. Then, once this level has been taken out over here, then I'll start looking for a short to, some other target. And you can also use these as like take profit and stop loss, areas, for example. Like, let's say if you take a long at the Monday open after the price has taken out the Monday open, and maybe price has taken out this swing low, like this previous swing low over there, then you hop into the trade, then maybe your stop loss could be under the previous weekly low, for example. These can be used this way as well. So before I even consider anything to be a good trade, I would always set alerts on previous key levels, and the way that you quickly identify these key levels is using the Spaceman BTC key levels. Then the second thing that you want to look for, generally that's what I look for, is any type of pattern, right? Like, I don't really use patterns anymore, but as a market scanning tool, this is great because there's so many coins out there, and it's really hard to, like, the easiest way to look through a bunch of coins and determine if it's something worth you looking into, like if it's worth you spending 5 minutes of your time to look into it and to try to see if there's a trade possible, is patterns, right? And once you train your eye to do this, then you can spot these patterns really quick. For example, immediately I can see that AVAX is forming this consolidation pattern, which could be identified as either a bullish or bearish pennant. But the type of pattern doesn't really matter to me. Just as long as there's a pattern, you can dive into it and you can look more into it. But generally speaking, the easiest way to identify a high probability, good risk to reward trade setup is to wait until key levels have been taken out. And as for my key levels that are my favorite, is definitely going to be the previous daily low or the previous daily high. Even the previous daily mid-range works because the market makers, again, they always bring the price back to these levels to do like that. That's how they deliver price action. For example, if the market, if these algorithms want price to go lower, then you can see, again, I'm just going to show you a live example. The previous daily mid-range for AVAX in this case started at this point. Notice how before the algorithms deliver price action lower, they bring it back to a key level, right? A previous daily mid-range, and then bam, they deliver price action lower. It's just as an example, right? And of course, you're still going to need to do the work yourself to go through the coins and marking out the key levels and then setting alerts on them, which in that case, I would highly recommend you guys get a TradingView subscription, because in order to set alert, like on a free plan, you only have one alert that you can set. But on any higher plan, for example, the Pro Plus plan, which is what I recommend for most people, I myself use the premium plan because I have the capacity to take advantage of all of these alerts. But for most of you, get like a Pro or just like a Pro Plus plan on TradingView, which if you want a discount code for $30 off, just a shameless plug, link will be in the description box below. So set alerts, not limits. is what I generally tend to teach nowadays. Just set these alerts, wait for the trade to come to you instead of you chasing the trade, and generally you're going to have a really good time. Let me know if that answers your question, Mo.